Many of you will know of my interest in asbestos disease and that I've managed to get the Assembly to pass legislation supporting the recovery of medical costs to help asbestos victims and their families. Sadly, the legislation has been rejected by the Supreme Court, who say it's not within our competence. This concerns me considerably because it seems to me it's the sort of legislation the Assembly should be able to pass. 100 people a year in Wales die from asbestos disease, and many more have their lives blighted as a result of this industrial legacy of ours. So I am asking a question today of the First Minister for his comments and for the position of Welsh Government as to why we don't have these powers and what we actually need to do to secure the powers to bring this legislation forward again. First Minister, you'll be aware of the decision yesterday, although you may not have had time to digest its detail. Good for the insurance industry, bad for asbestos victims and confusing for devolution. On the assumption that most people consider that we should have the power to do the sort of things that the bill intended, which is help asbestos victims in Wales, how are you going to approach negotiations with the UK government to ensure that we actually do have the powers clearly, without confusion, in order to be able to do these sorts of things which most people out in the public actually think are sensible things that we should be able to do?
I'm afraid it shows the fact that the current devolution settlement is not fit for purpose. It is unclear in so many areas, and that's why, of course, all parties, I think I'm correct in saying, wish to see a move to a model that is far clearer and far more appropriate for 21st century Wales. Yesterday, of course, was a disappointment. It now needs to be rectified as quickly as possible.
This isn't the end of the battle. I'm going to carry on campaigning on behalf of asbestos victims. As important as the asbestos issue itself, though, is the constitutional question. Why haven't we got the power to be able to bring legislation forward like this when it clearly is something that is about helping the people of Wales? I intend to press this point and to continue arguing, and I'd also appreciate your views.